Doesn't get better than Nigel Farage. He joins us now from London, host on GB News and the great freedom fighter that he is. And he hung out with the Trumpster again in Mar-a-Lago. How's he feeling? He's got a big bill to pay to a New York court, but he's on his path towards the nomination. That's almost certain. So how's he powering on?
Well, let's start with Mar-a-Lago, shall we? It is like a palace, literally like a palace. Ornate, lots of gold, incredible architecture, probably the best piece of real estate in the whole of Florida, if not on the whole of the east coast of America. And just down the road, there are mansions that sell for $150 million. Yet the New York court that is now fining him $450 million valued Mar-a-Lago at $18 million. That is what he is up against, an utterly corrupted judicial system in America. It almost beggars belief. And yet, you know something? Despite all of that, and despite the next trial starting on the 25th of March, and despite the fact that last week he gave 10 major speeches, and you know, by the way, a Trump speech is a 2-hour speech, right? Despite all of that, there he was in his office at Mar-a-Lago, laughing, joking, optimistic. I got to tell you, I've never met anybody more resilient. Well, I've taken a bit of stick over the years, but goodness me, his resilience, his sense of humour, his optimism, and do you know what? The campaign's going well. It's going very, very well. Not just in terms of the nomination, but actually, if you look at the polling in the key swing states, this is going very, very well. And unlike 2016 and maybe 2020, surrounding him now is a very experienced professional team. So, yeah, apart from all the aggro, apart from all the legal challenges, he's doing very well.
Now, I don't know whether you want to get into this or not, but I have to ask because we've got the proximity to you. To actually run a campaign, the actual machine of a campaign, you know it with Brexit, you know it with parties, you know it as an insider, right? There's literally maps everywhere and people working at, you know, computers and somebody sort of magically trying to decide, oh, if we do this one thing in this one suburb, then the flow on will be this, that and the other. Are there signs of that in and around Trump? Like, is he, I mean, I'm not asking you to say what those are, but is he talking about those things? Is he saying, look, we've got this little X factor here and we think this thing will help us there? We've got a good ground game in insert state, or he just trusts the machine to work it out and he's the front man of the band?
So the machine is still relatively small. You know, he likes the idea that it's a relatively small machine, that he's got direct personal contact with it and the people that are part of it. And that's, of course, better, isn't it, than a big sprawling team. But what this one has got is discipline. I think before, there were quite a few people there who didn't really know what they were doing, who made lots of noise, who perhaps spoke to press. There's a sense of calm about the operation, a sense of calm about the plans. And don't for 1 minute, not for 1 minute, think he just lets the team get on with it without debating every, not fine detail, but every major strategic move. Now, he's plugged in, he's got people around him that he can really trust. And the good news that we've had here overnight is that Joe Biden has just done his annual medical and has been passed fit by the doctor. Now, I don't know what kind of doctor this is. I don't know what they must have paid him to come up with that conclusion. But of course, you know, the one thing the Trump team want above all is for Biden to remain the candidate. Well, there you are. He's fit to be president. How about that?
Yeah, don't you like that it's optional whether he does the cognitive stuff or not? You would think that in the same way you've got to get on the treadmill and they've got to do the blood test, this would be part of it as well.